Good evening, Grade 11s. I hope you guys are enjoying the holiday. I am quickly putting these slides together for you to hopefully help you understand CSR, especially those of you that are new. Just to give you an overview of what these slides are. Remember, the slides are not comprehensive of everything, but they do give you a good idea of where to start. So, when I start talking about CSR, there's always three parts: C, the S, and the R. Corporate, meaning that it's only companies that do it, it's not in your personal ability. Social, because they often deal with social problems. And it's a responsibility, is that meaning that you have a responsibility to do it and you are responsible for implementing it yourself. Remember, it is not a legal requirement to do CSR, but it is nice to do it as a way of helping people. So this is what you'll do. I'm not going to quickly run into this. So, the first thing is the definition is, it is a self-regulating manner that helps the thing to keep itself socially accountable to itself, the stakeholders, and the public. And that self-regulating is really important because it means that you as a business and you as a business are not legally required to do it, but you do it to be a good corporate citizen, which is that right there. And it helps you to address, as I say, economic, social, environmental issues. It's normally a way that businesses use to do good PR. If you have a good CSR program, it's good PR, and it helps build that public image that you have of businesses. Obviously, the downside is you never just want to do something for PR, because if you do something for PR, it's like trying to say, oh, I'm doing it to be nice. You shouldn't. You should do it to be nice. You shouldn't just do it for your own benefit. Okay. So it includes ethical business practices, showing that you are anti-corruptive methods, being environmentally sustainable, having a good ecological footprint, minimizing harm to the environment. Having a social impact, that is one in South Africa. If you are asked what is the biggest impact that it can have, social impact is the biggest it could have, because South Africa struggles socially. We have high unemployment, we have high inequality. We need to have these programs getting involved. Government is not, it's not enough. Government's trying, but government is also fallible. Government is also limited in what it can do. Businesses are often more efficient. They have better ways of doing things. They have better knowledge. They have more resources. They are more focused on certain things. And the other one is transparency and accountability. We will do that more when we do King Code, but it's a big one for South Africa. So you can see there that CSR has a lot of aspects. Okay. Then there's the primary types of responsibilities, which are things that you do in your normal day-to-day life. The narrow ones, you do it as part of your business. Broad is a bit further apart, not necessarily what you do. So, primary are sociabilities, and they think to the basic obligations to offer in a legal manner, to be safe, to have fair legal practice, things that you should be doing anyway. If you want to think to yourself, should I be doing this anyway? You should have a safe workplace. You should have fair labor practice. You should be environmentally friendly. It's not something that you should actually go and say to people, hey, don't we think we should start being environmentally friendly? People should be doing it themselves. Okay. But broad ones are things that are nice, things that have a wider range of considerations, and it's an impact that you can have on the long one. Philanthropy. You don't have to get involved by donating your money or your time. Remember, time is all you can sometimes give. But sometimes time is all you need to give, and you have to be involved with the community. You have to be an ethical sourcing. A lot of companies don't do ethical sourcing. They hire or they buy from the cheapest person. So if you are asked in an exam, why is cheapest option not always the best? Why does everyone not buy from China or Singapore or Vietnam? It's actually a very nice question when I think about it. Is you've got to take those ethical considerations into play. Remember that thing about guilty by association? Yeah, this could happen, yeah, and you have to be diverse and inclusion. In South Africa, this could probably be considered a primary one. Because overseas it's not really all that well, because some sources will say overseas that it's not that why, but we know that BEE is a big part of our country. restorative action is a massive part of our country, a part of our culture, a part of our history. So it's a bigger part of our culture than it would be somewhere else. So, how do we implement the strategy? You have to develop a CSO strategy. You have to outline the steps and how you are going to implement it. Then you have to communicate with your stakeholders. Remember, stakeholders are anyone who has an interest in your business. And you have to engage with partnerships. No person ever does CSR on their own, whether you partner with a local charity, whether you partner with other businesses, you need to partner with someone. Okay, you should encourage employee involvement. Remember, your CEO is not the guy who's going to be doing this. It's your employees. If you have your best employees, people should do it. And you have to regularly report on your activities. You need to show that you are accountable. You should need to tell people you're doing it. For one, it's good marketing. Nice to do. But other, you need to so that you can continuously improve. If you report on what you have achieved, you can continuously improve on what came before. So these steps, guys, I'm not going to run through these steps. If you want to go and have a look, I promise I won't ask it in a test. Okay, these ones we spoke in class. If you have any questions regarding these, how a business can help, please go and try this for yourself. Go and see how would you alleviate poverty. Education is the most important one. If you fix education, you can fix a lot of these problems, even corruption. If you fix corruption, a lot of these problems fix themselves. So find the root of your problems. So what are the benefits? Obviously the first benefit's pretty easy, is your reputation and your brand image. If you are seen to be a caring citizen, people will often like buying from you. Gets people engaged with you. It allows people to collaborate. Remember, when you form partnerships with charity, people come to your events, come to your days. They can come and chat. They can come and network with you. That's a nicer word for it. They network with you. And people enjoy. Morale is high. People enjoy working for companies that seem to care. If your company seems to be caring, the thing is you're more likely to have happy and keep your good employees. You can address social issues and you can comply with regulations and standards. A lot of time by doing CSR you avoid legal obstacles as a bonus. It's not what you were trying to do, but it's nice, you got it right. So a lot of times that also does help. Obviously there's some cons. The first one is cost. It's expensive. You're not necessarily, that's why I say when you start out, the best thing you can offer is your time because it's expensive. It's a reputation risk. If you are caught in a charity that was caught embezzling money or something, you lose your reputation if you choose the wrong one. So you've got to make sure you choose the right one. As I said, there's no standardized method for CSR. People don't know how to do it, and there could be a limited impact. You can try your best, but sometimes even your best is not enough. You might not have the impact that you would like and that you would have liked to have seen. And then we have some cons. It's complex. It's not easy. Balancing everyone's opinions is difficult. You have the potential for conflict. People are going to be angry. You're not going to keep everyone happy at once. And you're going to have a misalignment with your core business. Sometimes your core business doesn't align. IT companies struggle with this. IT is very difficult to get involved with social issues. How does an IT company, it doesn't have resources it could share. It has skills and software that is not necessarily useful to young ones. So they have to go out of their way to go and get involved with a charity that is something that is not with their core business. It's something that they have to do extra. So it sometimes is difficult. Okay. And alignment with the company's values and strategy. A CSR program should reflect your strategy. If your goals and someone else's goals do not align, then it's not worth doing. And it should involve engaging with your things. And if you do not engage your stakeholders might become dissatisfied, they might feel left out if you engage with some and not others. So it's a balancing act. You've got to juggle 20 balls at once and hope that you don't drop one. Okay, so there's some principles that they do keep in, is you have to identify material issues, things that are actually associated with your operations, things that are relevant to your business, you have to make sure that you set measurable goals and metrics. What are you going to measure? Are you going to have, remember, SMART? Use SMART to measure, is it something we can achieve, is it not? And you have to try and integrate it into your business. Try and make CSR a part of your daily business. Do not try and make it an extra. Make it part of your everyday business, and then it's not as much of a hassle to run.